Live from Los Angeles, it's Friday night and time for the Kruse Control Show. And here's our host, Brian Kruse.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Kruse Control. It is Friday, March 7th, 2025. Welcome to Kruse Control, the home of entertainment news. I'm your host as always, Brian Kruse. Welcome back everybody. Happy Friday! We made it and happy to be back here at regular scheduled time. It's been a crazy week being back on set, but I'm happy to be back with you guys tonight, live on Kruse Control. It's a fantastic night, and I can't wait. There's so much going on as always, guys. I'm always happy to be here. I gotta talk about Daredevil tonight too. I gotta talk about Daredevil. I gotta talk about AI. I gotta talk about everything. Some DiCaprio stuff, a lot going on, but of course he's here. You know he's here. We know we love him. The Thirsty Yeti himself, Mr. GR Waters. Sup, GR?
Hey, Brian. Good to be here, bud.
Yeah, how you doing, GR?
Better now. I got a margarita going on.
You got that margarita going strong, GR.
Hey, Thirsty Daddy. Who your daddy, Thirsty Daddy?
Thanks, Pep.
Oh, you, Peppy.
Oh,
you know it.
Peppy loves you, GR. You know he does.
GR, what the fuck?
Hey, bit my ankle.
Peppy, calm down, man. Calm down.
GR, how good are you with technology?
Oh, baby, I'm the best. You know
Come on,
that.
GR. Come on, cut the bullshit.
Would I lie? Would this face lie?
Dang. Who knew?
All right. You guys are having a good time. Good to see you, GR. How you doing? Everything's good? Everything's good? You happy for tonight? You excited?
Yeah, let's get on. Introduce our guest tonight.
Let's make some things happen. Good to see you, GR. Welcome back. Good to see you, Queen. Good to see you as always. Happy to have you here. Also, Angel, good to have you here too. William Buck Rogers, happy to have you here. And joining us back, also excited to have him back. Been a few weeks. Welcome back, everybody. Director extraordinaire himself, Mr. Trevor Triggs. Sup, Trevor?
Hello, good morning, good evening, whatever it is. I'm doing pretty well. I went thrifting this week and I bought a Ross Perot campaign button and Rick Wakeman 8-track. So I'm in good spirits.
That's awesome.
Trevor!
What's up, Pepe?
I think he's happy to have you back here too.
Trevor, how's the directing going?
Oh, it's slow. Development hell projects, things take a while sometimes, but we're getting there.
Happy to have you here, Trevor.
Happy to be here, Pepe.
Yeah, you've been good though, Trevor? Things have been great?
Things have been doing pretty well, yeah.
I'm happy to have you back, man. Missed you the past 2 weeks, so we're having a good time tonight.
How are you doing, Brian? You've grown a beard since I saw you last.
I know. I'm standing in on a show and doubling for an actor, so I had to grow the facial hair back. So kind of how it goes. Netflix show. So they're like, Brian, bring back the facial hair. I had it last year when I worked on the show too. I'm like, I guess it does something. It's something going on. It's not my favorite, but I'm like, evil Brian is back. Evil Brian's back, Trevor. Yeah,
outstanding, baby.
Thanks, Peppy. Thanks. Well, good to have you here, Trevor. It's been good. Have a great night tonight. Happy to have you here. But we have one more person, guys. Been a little while. I got to find out about what's going on with his show himself. But welcome back, Mr. Joe Clark. What's up, Joe?
Cheers. How's it going? I thought you got the Randy Newman going for me. Thank you so much. I'm happy to be a friend with you.
You are a friend. How you been, Joe?
Man, it's been good. As Trevor
Joe!
said.
Joe! Welcome back.
Thank you. Good to see you, Pepe.
I'm good. How are you?
And
I'm fantastic.
Angel, it wasn't Bernie. It was Ross Perot.
Yeah, it was Ross Perot.
Yeah.
Joe, how's the Batman project going? How you doing?
Oh, man, I was really hoping, I was looking forward to potentially shooting this next week, but it turns out due to technical difficulties and just trying to make it be a smooth shoot, we have to push it back because we're waiting on getting a couple of props together, hair and makeup and wardrobe, and just certain things are just pushing it back, probably only a couple of weeks, but enough to where we're not shooting next weekend. And that was like, I was a little disappointed about that, but it's going to be for the better. I am excited though. We just got the poker chips, the Iceberg Lounge poker chips, all 3D printed and stuff like that. They look awesome. And we're waiting on the Batarang 3D design to come from a guy we found on Fiverr in Pakistan who's a legit engineer, but he is making us a poker chip Batarang and it looks awesome.
Dude, I need pictures eventually when you can. We gotta show it, man. I gotta see this stuff. That's really cool.
Yeah,
I'm excited for you. Those pushes are good sometimes, though. Sometimes you get that extra time for maybe prep, or like you were saying, to make sure everything's just lined up completely, so you're not rushing and worried about them the day. You know?
I'd rather it be a stress-free shoot than like really just packing it all in to these days, just because those are the days we said. You know what I mean? Like I want it to be an easy, fun shoot for everybody.
Yeah, I can't wait to see it. I'm excited for you, man. I really am. You keep me posted. You keep us posted too.
Absolutely, I will.
Yeah, welcome back. Welcome back.
Happy to be back.
And we're going to talk a little bit Batman tonight too, a little bit too, as a side note, because he's getting too old. But thank you all for being here. Happy Friday. And of course, we might have a few cocktails tonight. It's Friday, guys. If you want me to drink, just tell me in the chat. I'll keep drinking. I'm here, guys. We're going to make it real.
It's by request.
Mm-hmm. By request.
It's
I mean,
not
if you,
that I want to drink. It's that you want me to drink.
yes.
Well,
100%.
and he has to obey the rules.
It just makes sense.
Right?
Can't wait.
Thanks, Peps. And why do we drink, Peppy? Why do
Because
we
it's Friday.
Yes, thanks, man. Yep.
Checks out.
I'm Jen. Shut the fuck up.
All right, Peppy. Good to have you here back, man. All right, buddy. Well, thanks for being here again. But you know what? It could be any day of the week. There's always one thing going down. It could be a Monday, a Wednesday, a Friday, a Saturday, a Sunday, any day of the week. What's that one thing, GR?
It's breaking news.
Breaking news. Come on. All right, guys. The very first thing we'll talk about is SWAT. SWAT has been canceled. Again. Yeah, that's right. After 6 seasons, CBS canceled SWAT, and then they had this whole back and forth. Remember when it happened? They eventually, okay, we're coming back for a 7th season. That's it. They actually renewed it for an 8th season, but now it is done. There's no more 9th season. Shamar Moore got very lucky to get extra seasons on his show, and CBS came forward and said, that's it, guys. We are not going to talk about it anymore. We are outright done with SWAT. So if you do love this franchise, guys, unless it goes someplace else, which it could, maybe Netflix, I kind of highly doubt it. I think it is dead, done, not coming back. Unlike Daredevil, which is back, guys. And guys, Daredevil, Hell's Kitchen is back in the news, guys, and I love it so much because, again, we talked about this on Wednesday a little bit. Foggy, the whole thing with Foggy. Again, spoilers, guys. Ready? The whole thing about Foggy, right? Foggy gets shot, he's dead, right? I know a lot of us were freaking out. But the showrunner came forward and said that Foggy will be back for season 2. And it's kind of blown up the internet a little bit right now, because how is Foggy going to come back? And Karen will be back for season 2 after he was shot and killed. And there's a storyline in the comics that people are referencing right now saying that that Foggy actually fakes his death in one of the comic series. I think it was around the Born Again series, and he went to witness protection, and he was actually helping out for a crime case, and then he actually comes back, and Matt had no idea, but Karen did know. So it kind of fits into this narrative. So if they do that, that makes sense. And I know there was all the reshoots, and so there is a lot of that material that's still in there, but not all of it. So maybe that's why they had to kind of push him to the back burner for now. But it was an amazing moment in cinema, in television. I want more Karen to come back, guys. We'll talk more about Daredevil with my panel, but Foggy isn't dead? I mean, I don't know. But Robert Pattinson said he's getting close to being dead, so please stop being Batman, guys. He's getting too old. Come on, Pattinson. He's like 38. He goes, I'm fucking 38 years old. I can't keep doing this too much longer. But you're 38, man. You're super young. This is 40 right here. I'll take your role. Let's go, man. I'll be Batman tomorrow. Give me that grappling hook. I'll go fly on that fucking rooftop. Let's go to work, man. I'm the same. But he put this whole interview out because, of course, Mickey 17 came out, which I'm going to see this weekend. And he was just like, guys, I really don't know how much longer to go. I'm getting old. I hope it fucking starts soon. And I get it because it's delayed another year. So hopefully it does happen. And you're not old, Pattinson. Come on, man. Pattinson yourself. You're not old. But I feel old when I saw this trailer for Powerpuff Girls, guys, because the Powerpuff Girls, man, Joe, I'm happy this shit got canceled. That's all I'm saying. It got canceled for a reason. And if you're wondering why, I'm going to show you the trailer right now because this leaked and then it got pulled. So here's the trailer for Powerpuff Girls in the CW. That will never fucking happen.
Blossom was constantly stressed.
Wait, is it daylight savings?
Buttercup was constantly rebellious.
I'm not wearing that dress anymore. It's gender normative and ass ugly.
And Bubbles was constantly drinking.
Like what?
Jesus Christ.
Go get 'em! And on one fateful day, the
At
girls
least
made
the
a
CG's
fatal
good.
error.
No.
Yeah, it was CW, you know.
It's such
In
bad
the wake of
like,
disaster,
it's so
Blossom
bad.
ran away.
What are you
Buttercup
drinking,
became
Joe?
a real hero.
Mezcal.
And Bubbles,
It's
well,
going
she
down
made
right
it
now.
all the way to Hollywood Boulevard.
We drink to this.
I'm Bubbles. Everybody wants to talk to fake
Right.
Jesus.
You drink
Hi.
the
Well,
The
7
Powerpuff
years
Girls are
later,
going to town
guys.
tomorrow.
All three?
Are the Powerpuff Girls reteaming? Hell no.
No, and
I'm
like-
never caping for Townsville again.
Powerpuff Girls was awesome.
These back
Like, they're like, what if? Now, hear me out. It was dumb.
Like monsters?
Right?
They would do dumb in Hollywood?
Like, what if we took the characters and made them nothing like what they were?
You're my daughter's.
And
Right.
also took away the action and the
All that
fun.
matters.
And there we go. And it's a CW
For
show.
accusing your dad of mass terrorism.
Yeah,
Country Western?
I guess we're even. I mean, we are not even. I mean, just like.
They were kids though.
Jesus
Well,
Christ.
They weren't kids in here, guys.
Not coming soon. I mean, never.
Never coming soon. Well, that was the whole thing too. When this leaked, the studio was mad. They started getting it pulled because they'd spent all that money on the pilot and they want to do a whole season. But I think whoever shot this should have been thinking, this is not good. You know, this is not
a
good.
bad show.
Yeah, this is not what you do if you're doing Powerpuff Girls.
No, Brian, they thought it was good.
I mean, they canceled it though, GR. So someone was like, "Fuck this," you
How
know.
did they think it was good? That
But
can't
it wasn't the guy that shot it that canceled it. It was the
The studio.
people that had half a brain at the studio.
Well, the guy that shot it was like, paycheck's a paycheck. I'm not saying I super enjoy this either, but they're paying me to be here. So
Well, he had lots of mezcal when he was shooting it, so
Bubbles, just do whatever you want. No one's gonna see this. Isn't gonna see the light of day.
It's fine. Get in there. Oh, you're drunk? That's cool. She shows up actually drunk to set. Like, it fucking works. Just go.
They're all coping. Nobody wants to be a part of this.
Nobody wants this at all. Except Trevor, right? Trevor was super excited.
Oh my god, I love the original Powerpuff Girls so much. Like this was never going to work. There was not any chance. And like now that I've actually seen the trailer, it's just like this is like a bunch of like out of touch executives like got together by committee and were like, what if we wrote a script that's what we think woke means? And
and
and nobody
Then
knows
it was
what
accurate.
woke means, and nobody's ever seen an episode of the Powerpuff Girls. So
Well, it's like they forget the source too. Like, do you know what the original title was for Powerpuff Girls?
No.
It was the Whoop Ass Girls.
Oh,
and
yes.
Chemical X was a can of Whoop Ass. Like, basically, they were making girls and sugar, spice, everything nice, and then they slipped in a can of Whoop Ass, and it made them the Whoop Ass Girls. But they could never sell it as the Whoop Ass Girls, so they made it the Powerpuff Girls.
No. Queen
And
agrees
now
with
I
you
feel
too.
like they're stoked, or they've like stuck with the Powerpuff thing, and it was like, no, you're missing the point. They were supposed to kick fucking ass, like, and now they're just like, we're girls, and like, I don't know. It was just a weird, like you said, like approach to woke, kind of like that ism or whatever. It's like, oh god.
It feels like that. It feels, and they were saying that, oh, we're so happy that the Powerpuff Girls aren't whitewashed anymore. That's what they were saying when they were shooting this show. And I was like, what?
That was always the issue,
nobody
right?
talks like that.
Oh shit!
I know, Peppy. I'm like, oh God, Oh boy. But anyways, Powerpuff Girls, never gonna see it, never gonna happen. And I'm so thankful for that. I really am. But we will
Amen
see
to
more
that,
Dexter. Right, we will see more Dexter though, GR, because Dexter Resurrection, more casting news. Neil Patrick Harris has officially signed on for a guest day player over there, guest star over there on Dexter Resurrection. His character's name is Lowell, and then nothing else besides that though, too. They just started shooting in January, but talking about a bunch of different casting coming forward this. Peter Dinklage, Uma Thurman, Kristen Ritter, a bunch of different people. And Kristen Ritter was seen in New York shooting Michael C. Hall, actually. People were like, is it going to be Jessica Jones? No. no, those photos were Dexter Resurrection. I'm excited about this production. Dexter back from the dead again. Can it be great? We'll wait and find out. And speaking of coming back from the dead, David Arquette is coming back to Scream, guys. David Arquette is coming back to Scream.
That's another fucking rant.
Right?
He died, bro. He
died. He fucking died big time. He died big time. But Scream 7's happening. His character is coming back, joining Scott Foley and also Matthew Lillard, who also died in this as well. But Paramount's like, whatever, bring them back. And they're coming back, this trio. But David Arquette's the newest one coming in. And he died, Deputy Dewey Riley, of course. He died in the 5th film, I believe. And guys, he's coming back. Are you excited about that? I know what Ron was like really super excited about this. I know there's a big fan base that loves Scream, and especially after the controversy, a bunch of actors walked away. I think they're just kind of like bringing the nostalgia back in to save this movie. Hopefully, it works well. Speaking of nostalgia, though, Vertigo's getting a reboot, guys. Vertigo. And this is what I'm like, do we need this? I say no. Because Jimmy Stewart was amazing. I mean, come on. Jimmy Stewart. Jimmy Stewart kicked ass doing this role, guys. But Peaky Blinders.
Brian.
Okay, I know. It was a half-assed impression, GR.
Very half-assed.
It's half-assed.
Has any Hitchcock reboot ever succeeded? What are you doing?
Man.
Good point.
Good point.
I don't know. I have no idea if they have. But I'll tell you this one, Robert Downey Jr. is taking the lead role. He's also producing it with his wife. And the idea is Peaky Blinders writer Stephen Knight has come forward. He's been tapped to write this. Been working on it for a while. He's still trying to work out the nuts and bolts of the script. And then they can move forward with the rest of casting and get a director on board and figure it out. Of course, Alfred Hitchcock did the original one back in 1958. And I'm excited to see what happens because I love Robert Downey Jr., but I'm still like, why? Because it made money before and make it happen again, I guess. I don't know. I'm like, come on, guys.
Not going to happen.
I
don't
think,
know.
honestly, he did the same thing with like Perry Mason, and he did a pretty good job. So it's not, I don't know. I'm on the fence about it because it's definitely pretty bold to look at anything Hitchcock and think you can do better than that. Like, that's a very bold move. But Downey is like a fantastic producer. So like,
yes,
I'm
he's great.
Not
he's acting in it too
on it, but it could. I'll wait till I see it. You know, like I don't know. If
I give it an FFC.
Be fun. FFC. What does that stand for?
Fat fucking chance.
There we go, GR.
Fair.
I feel like Gus Van Sant put this conversation to rest in 1998. Like, we shouldn't even be here at this point. The Psycho remake in 1998, like he did a shot-for-shot remake of Psycho with fucking Vince Vaughn in the lead, and it was like I think he even like knew it was going to be bad. I think he did it like as an experiment to show like you can't like recapture you can't just do this with anybody. Like these things worked because of Hitchcock, because of the performers that he had. Like you can't just expect to redo that.
What a weird point to prove, too. Is like, look, I'm going to show you that it can't be done.
Right.
You know, with Downey Jr., though, he's such a phenomenal talent. Maybe they bring in a director like Christopher Nolan to do this, guys. And Nolan, guys, is apparently the number one person they're looking for to do James Bond moving forward over at Amazon. And I think this is a smart move. We've been talking about this before. We talked about like last week that Nolan was actually offered by Barbara Broccoli before to direct the last James Bond movie. And he turned it down because he was just like, I want Final Cut. And she would never allow that before. But now she's given the rights over, she's sold the rights over to Amazon, and Bezos has all of this stock in that. They want to go after Nolan. Now, Nolan's doing the Odyssey right now, so it really can't happen anytime soon. The movie comes out in 2026, so maybe that could be his next project. We still don't know who Bond's going to be. Would Nolan cast Bond then and not Amazon? I love the idea that Bezos put out there saying that, who do you want to be Bond? Please let us know. I think that's great. Listen to the fan base. We'll have to wait and find out, but I think this is a great choice. Please wait for Nolan and make that happen. I think that'd be fantastic because I think Nolan's everything he does is it's just gold. It's just gold.
Is Bond going to be a show or a movie?
Movie. They want him to spearhead the franchise moving forward, like the new Bond and all of that. Yeah, I know. You would think though maybe they would do a show because you think about like
Amazon. That's just where my brain was just like, oh, are they doing show? But I guess of course, yeah, no, they've got their own movies and stuff. Mm-hmm. It just is weird to see James Bond, Amazon original. It's like, no, it's not.
You're like, no. There's no world that it is, right? There's no world.
Like, we all know that this is not an Amazon original, right? Like, no.
Yeah. I would like to. I'm interested to see, though. I still want to see who they cast as Bond, though. That's always the biggest question, right? Who will be James Bond? Henry Cavill's still up there. People are still pushing for him, you know, which he looks like Bond. But, I mean, we'll have to wait and find out. Yeah, you're on drink 2 already?
Yeah, why not? It's Friday.
Get in there, GR. Get in there. You know what GR's probably more excited about is the Randy Travis biopic, because Randy Travis, guys, big singer out there. And you know what this is called? It's called Forever and Ever, Amen, which kind of makes sense to me. You know?
You're a little off key there, Brian.
Hey, GR.
That's how it goes.
Forever and ever, right now.
Then again, I host karaoke, so what do I know?
There you go. That karaoke king can tell us.
Going for it.
But again, this is going to be showcasing his whole life. They have 3 different actors cast as him throughout the whole process, which I think is interesting. Country star Clay Walker is going to be playing him in his 40s and his 50s. He actually knew him for a long time, so that makes sense. They were friends. They're looking for younger talent and older talent beyond there to be playing a massively older version and a young version of him. So wait and find out how this plays out. Interesting because he's a big talent, guys. Big country singer back in the day. I mean, I would say he's left quite a legacy.
He still is, Brian. He's not dead.
Yeah, but I mean, is he can't. The thing is about GR, I'll tell you this. He's not dead, but did you see like recently they actually use like AI to try to like, because he can't sing anymore, right? He can't sing anymore.
He
He's having massive
he had the stroke. Brian, he has been doing some tours.
AI. They use AI. He can't sing. I saw him in the chair. He can't sing anymore.
Yeah, his Wikipedia says he's still putting out music with the help of technology, and it doesn't specify what that means. But
I watched the whole thing about him. That was like he was like in the room and he was like crying because he was having a hard time still, and they were using like another singer, his voice, meshing it together with AI, and it was making his music. So that's why I say
his music at that point.
Like you're writing it, but it's a weird half performance thing. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's why I say I know he's not gone, but he can't really do it like he used to. GR.
Oh hell no! Well, he had that stroke, and I had one. I understand. I mean, I was lucky. I came back from mine, but his was a massive right side stroke, and those the one that gives you the contractures and the loss of speech and all that shit, and it's a real mess.
Mm-hmm. And that's why I feel bad for him too. You know, he's going through that, like, the speech stuff. And Queen said they're still alive. They're doing a biopic. Yeah, they are, Queen. That's kind of how it goes these days, looking for source material. And then maybe they want him to see before he passes away. I don't know. But I'm interested to see how this plays out. 3 different actors. That's a big risk too throughout all of his life. I like the whole like having one actor, but this could be kind of cool. Could be cool. We'll see. So he has quite the legacy. He really does. Just like Bambi has quite the legacy. But it's about to shit all over that pretty soon, guys, because the new Bambi from the Pooniverse movie is coming. And
I saw the screenshot. I was like, what the fuck?
We have entered back into the Pooniverse, Joe.
Oh, that's what it is. Okay.
On this twisted take of Bambi, Bambi our dear is now grown up and just grief-stricken because of the death of his mother, I should say. Mutated now, though. He's effing enormous and sporting an area of sharp, terrifying teeth and embarking on a deadly rampage through the woods seeking revenge. Now he throws cars in the air with his giant antlers. He's charging into otherwise lovely-looking country houses and chases after holiday families and caravans. And there's decapitation, several maulings, and on top of that, too, they're saying keep your children, hide your kids, hide your wife. Bambi's coming. Here's the trailer for Bambi the Reckoning. Watch out for Bambi.
Get the fuck out of here.
True story.
We're visiting his dad's family.
Get him, Bambi. Amazing CG.
Oh my god.
The plan is to draw it out of the shadows.
He lost his head over that.
Perfectly safe.
I low-key love that they make these movies. This is just insane.
Right? She's so scared. Watch out for Bambi, everybody. Watch out for Bambi. A lot of breaking news, everybody. A lot of breaking news.
Only one or two problems with that
Only
thing.
one or two, GR?
Only one or two? Yeah, just you.
The number one problem is Bambi was a doe, and that's a buck.
Right.
Bambi was not a doe. Bambi was a buck.
Yep.
Boy,
We've had this
No, if
conversation.
you look at the old movies, there was no genitalia dangling.
He grows up to be a man.
Right, that he grows up to be a man.
Oh, he changed sexes. He's very woke then, I guess.
He was always a boy, GR. Don't misgender my dear, GR.
Yeah, I think it's little to do with them changing genitalia and more to do with the same thing why Daffy Duck wears a towel when he gets out of the shower, but not when he puts on a shirt.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a stretch, but I'll let you get away with that.
You know what's funny is like the last time we announced that Bambi the Reckoning was coming, we had the same fucking conversation. And I thought Bambi was a doe, and I'm like, we're talking about transgender deer, and I'm like, no, we're not. No, we're not. We're talking
about
not this.
We're
time.
not. No, we're talking about doe, a deer, not a female deer. I don't know.
Right? Yeah.
Anyways, guys, a lot of breaking news. We gotta keep this ship moving, guys, because now it's that time to put that 1 minute on the clock, and all my guests have 1 minute breakdown and say, "Is there hot takes?" Let's do it. All right, everybody, now it's that time for those hot takes. This is that time I put 1 minute on the clock. All my guests get 1 minute breakdown all their hot takes and all latest breaking news. Now, can they make it before our bomb blows up? And if they don't, it's fine, guys. It's fine. We're having a great time, and I can't wait to find out who has the salty, spicy, and friskiest hot takes of this Friday edition of Kruse Control. So let's go over the panel. All right, guys, hot take time. GR. Who's going first in the hot takes tonight?
Well, I think he's our star, so we'll have to have Joe go first.
Oh,
all right. How you feeling about that, Joe?
I'm honored. I will go first with pride.
You gotta watch out for the salty, spicy, thirsty daddy there. That's all I'm saying.
I take it with all the mediums.
All right, Joe. I'm feeling good about this. You feeling good? Great. Sophisticated. Up top. Raise up the hands and smack a sunshine. All right.
Smacking the sun. I don't know.
I don't know. Why not? Well, I don't know. I'm saying most time anyway. So here we go. Okay, Joe. Hot takes in 3, 2, 1. Get it, Joe. Hot takes.
All right. Getting canceled again. I'd say I'm surprised, but it's just like every other cop show I've ever seen, so cancel away. Daredevil bringing back Foggy. That would be awesome. I didn't know that storyline, so I'm happy to see that. I was really surprised that he did all the press junkets and still died immediately. Pattinson filming update. I am so stoked to see more Batman. I just hope that he doesn't think he's too old. I think that sucks. Powerpuff Girls trailer leaked. Oh my God, that is atrocious. Neil Patrick Harris joining Dexter, I think, is a missed opportunity to not make a Doogie Howser. And David Arquette returning to the screen. That dude's died a million times. That's insane. Vertigo rebooting. Not really sure how I feel about that. I'm excited to see Robert Downey do a take of whatever he thinks is good. And then Nolan taking over Bond is fantastic. I think that's awesome. He's a fantastic director. Doesn't miss. Randy Travis biopic. I don't really know Randy Travis that well. Supposedly he has a legacy. I don't know country, but whatever. Bambi, I love. I think they also had a missed opportunity of not including Thumper as his partner in crime. That is my opinion on that.
That is awesome.
If Thumper stomped somebody's fucking head in. Those are my thoughts.
Hot takes, Joe.
Thumper's the next movie.
We gotta build the whole cinematic universe.
You got a friend in Joe, guys. Great hot takes.
You're all my friends. Thank you. Oh, thank you.
Great hot takes. Woo! That's gonna be
earns a drink.
Yeah. That's gonna be tough to match. What do you think, GR? Who is gonna go next on the hot takes?
Well, I think I'm going to save Trevor for last, so I'm going to go.
Oh, all right, GR. GR's feeling good about this. Happy, it's 308, GR. Happy 308.
Oh, man. Almost 109 weeks ago, you know.
I know, right? It goes by so fast. We've been kicking ass, taking names, and GR's been winning a lot of hot takes in that time, too. But I don't know if it's going to happen tonight, GR. I don't know.
Probably not. I'm up against two great opponents.
I'm going to say it's going to be tough for you. It's going to be very tough.
Give me some popcorn.
Not right now, Peppy. All right, GR. Are you ready for your hot takes?
Let's do it.
All right, without further ado. Hot takes in 3, 2, 1. Hot takes.
SWAT, Shamar, you had a good 8-year run, bud. But it's time to end it. Foggy done, Karen gone, all the ties back to the original series are gone. Who cares? We'll see. Pattinson, about bloody time, you old man. You're all of 38 and a half and going on. Powderpuff Girls is just want to be Charlie's Angels with no Charlie. NPH,
Sorry.
Great Dad Dexter. David Marquette. 3 dead people coming back. Are we in the Marvel universe? Why don't we make a classic? RDJ, I love you. You're a great actor, but A, you're not Jimmy Stewart, and B, you're not the great director. Okay, let's see what else. Nolan taking over Bond about bloody time. At least we got rid of that hungry person. What, broccoli? Said I'm not into greens. Travis BIOPIC. I hope they do a good job. I love this guy. And Bambi, please give me a break.
Great hot takes,
Don't play in a buck.
Don't play in a buck.
Sorry, DR. One of those was a little too spicy for me. I couldn't stop myself.
GR's calling cast and shenanigans here.
You say I don't give a buck?
I think you did.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't give a buck. Yeah, that's a good.
It's buck you.
Great high takes. All right, we're down to Trevor now. Trevor, how you feeling about that?
My hot takes are overwhelmingly negative today, so
hey, that's not a bad thing.
It maybe not. I don't know. I try to find little glimpses of light in the darkness. And
Trevor, like mine were mine were positive. Trevor.
Well.
We'll find out.
Go for it, buddy.
All right, Trevor. Without further ado, I see that twinkle in your eye. Let's make this happen. All right. Hot takes in 3, 2, 1. Hot takes.
My sympathies are with the cast and crew of SWAT after its abrupt cancellation, but I'm not sad that there's one less propaganda show on the air. No one ever stays dead in the MCU, which dulls the stakes, and I hate that they're undercutting the impact of this moment immediately after the episode aired. At this rate, I hope the Batman 3 is an adaptation of Frank Miller's The Dark Knight Returns. Add a laugh track to that Powerpuff Girls trailer and call it a Mad TV sketch. Neil Patrick Harris, Kristen Ritter, Uma Thurman, and Peter Dinklage. Maybe this will make people like Dexter again. The Scream franchise is desperate. Fuck them for what they did to Melissa Barrera and Jenny Ortega. Why would you make a Vertigo reboot at all? Fuck all the way off. I find it sincerely unlikely that Christopher Nolan would be interested in directing a Bond movie, and impossible that he would do multiples. The Randy Travis movie is being produced by Travis himself and his current wife, and will certainly have many other country music legends involved. So we'll see how they handle Travis being groomed by his 37-year-old manager/first wife when he was 17. Put Kendrick on the soundtrack. And Winnie the Pooh Blood Money 2 was the worst movie I saw in a festival last year. I think all this shit is dumb. I hold it in the same regard as the official Disney live-action remakes, and it's being turned out for the same reason.
Fuck yeah! Great hot takes!
Now I'm gonna drink.
Yeah! Great hot takes, Trevor.
Thank you.
We should do Batman Beyond. They should do Batman Beyond.
I
Yeah.
agree, Trevor. A drink is
Look at that drink, guys. But so Trevor, wait. I mean, Ice Cube. Did you see Bambi?
No. I saw Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey too.
Oh, okay. I think you saw.
All those movies are terrible.
Yeah.
It was trash. I mean, like, I respect the fact that it exists.
You guys,
but like, it's so.
you guys know the next one, right?
Oh God, what do you got?
Popeye the Slayer Man. I'm Popeye the Slayer Man. I fights to the finish because I eats me spinach. I'm Popeye the Slayer Man.
It's true.
Stab.
If they get Randy Mulholland to write it, I might actually watch that.
I mean, I don't think that's happening, but it is written, and they're filming right now. So Popeye the Slayer Man is coming very soon.
Oh my God.
That's a real thing. We're getting the Pooniverse uniting, guys. I can't wait to see.
I thought JR was making that up. That's real.
Oh fuck!
Same.
No, it's real.
Yeah, that's real.
That was a joke. That's hilarious.
Popeye's part of the group with like Peter Pan, who's like sprinkling meth on children.
Jesus.
You know, that's a real story.
They're trying to ruin my childhood memories. I mean, it's terrible.
One day at a time, they are, JR. One day at a time. But guys, great hot takes. Great hot takes across the board. And now, it comes down to the audience right now and put it out to you. You guys decide. You tell us who should be our hot take winner for this Friday edition of Kruse Control. Of course, episode 308 on a Friday, guys. Can't wait to find out who's going to win hot takes today. But while you guys decide to vote, we're going to sit right back. We're going to take a little moment, talk about that breaking news and some quick takes. Let's do it. All right, guys, so much breaking news, so much going on. I'm going to put 10 minutes on the clock. We're going to discuss all of these topics. We're going to get down to the nitty-gritty. So here we go, guys. It's time for some quick takes. Let's make this happen right now, guys. All right, let's go to the panel. I'm going to go to Joe first here. Joe. Okay, let's talk about this. You're doing Batman, right? You said you're excited about Batman 2, the Batman 2. Do you think it's going to actually come out in 2027? And also, do you think there's a chance that Pattinson will not do another one after that?
I think him not doing another one is very likely, especially if he's even remotely starting to comment on it, and the fact that it's kind of going the direction that it's doing. But I think the people will convince him otherwise. I think he doesn't want to do a third one, but it'll kind of, we've seen him get forced through a franchise he didn't like before.
Very good point. Very good point.
When it comes to him just like gritting his teeth and taking the paycheck, I think if it's for something slightly better than Twilight, I think he'll do it. It's fucking Batman. And I think if they make a good trilogy, because I think this next one is I'm not sure who the villain is, but I think they're building up towards the third one, which is probably gonna be, I always forget the actor's name, but the guy that they brought in for Joker in that universe.
Kieran, Barry Keoghan. Kieran?
I think they're kind of building in that direction for him to kind of be the final.
Keoghan.
Yeah, so I think that's where that's kind of heading. But I'm curious to see it. The main thing that I'm really curious about is to see now through the success of Penguin, which was fantastic. I'm curious to see how they play those together.
Okay. Yeah, I'm excited about that too. I think what they did with Penguin was fantastic, right? I think that was
the best TV I've seen in years.
It was amazing. It was so good, and I think that if they can kind of channel that and maybe make Colin Farrell in there to become this next big villain, I also wonder because they're in maybe another season of Penguin. Maybe they'll wait on Colin Farrell to become the big bad.
Here's my theory that I think they're going to do is I think they're going to do this next movie. And then they're going to go into the season 2 of Penguin, and then they're going to do the third movie, and that'll wrap everything up. because I think what they're doing with Penguin is they're leading him into the no, I can't think of the name of it. The Owls, the Court of Owls.
The Court of Owls, yeah.
Yeah, so I think that's what they're leading him towards, and I think this next movie will be kind of the stepping stone towards that, and him kind of leading up to all of this, organized crime and kind of leading things behind the curtain and doing all that stuff, and then Joker coming through and just throwing all that under the bus, everything that's built up to that point, and just kind of destroying it all back into it. That's cool. That's my theory, which I think would be a pretty fucking fun. I'd enjoy the shit out of that. But ultimately, I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be good. I also still would like to talk about the Daredevil.
Yeah, man. I was gonna go to you one more. I'm gonna get Trevor's reaction first to that.
Yes.
Batman, Pattinson, too old. How do you feel? Is he too old, Trevor?
Tom Cruise is 60 and he's still making Mission Impossible movies. So no. But no, I mean, I do. Yeah, he's fine. I don't 100% agree with Joe about him gritting his teeth and getting through a franchise he doesn't like, though, because when he did Twilight, he was young, he was unestablished, he hadn't made his money yet. But now, it's pretty clear Robert Pattinson doesn't give a shit about the paycheck. He's doing the movies he wants to do. So if he doesn't want to do another one, he's not going to do another one. But I don't necessarily read his comments as him not wanting to do another one. I read his comments as saying, hey, dudes, can we hurry up and get this done? Because I would really like to do a third one, and we need to get a second one finished first. So
right, yeah, I think that's true.
Yeah, because he was all about that. He's I want to do more, but he's always been hard to lock him down. That's why James Gunn's we're doing it from Batman, lock him down for multiple movies. But I think that if you got something that works, keep him going. But if you wait too long and there's a lot of delays, it does start to get actors to drift away. It just happens naturally. Yeah. It's he has other projects he wants to do. It happened before. He's I want to did independent scenes for a long time. I get that. It's hard to bring people back. Look at Daredevil. It took a long time to make this happen, and you're bringing the whole group back together. It's fantastic. They kill off Foggy. I mean, but he's not dead. I know Joe wants to talk about it too. Joe, what are your thoughts on this? Do you think that Foggy is potentially alive still? And did Daredevil nail it for you?
Well, first off, I would say Daredevil was fantastic. That's actually, or so far, fantastic. Those are a couple of my friends. I know Aaron Moorhead personally. He's fucking awesome. And knowing that him and Doug are helming this show, they did an amazing job with Loki season 2. So I have faith in it. But what I was curious about that I just didn't know about till you had mentioned it was that in an original comic series that Foggy did die and was a witness or something along those lines.
Yeah.
That's, to me, a very compelling storyline. And if they're doing that, then I could be on board with them bringing him back, although I am still in agreement with Trevor in that sense that it kind of takes away the emotional impact, which is pretty hard. But then again, if the emotional impact you were supposed to feel is from Daredevil's perspective, then we did feel it. I don't know. I'm conflicted about it. It's conflicting. I don't know how to feel.
It's very conflicting.
That's jarring because I remember when I saw him at the press junkets and all that stuff. It's cool. Foggy and the crew are back, and then he dies. First episode is okay. Was that just a big misdirect from Marvel? Because it's not like they're it's not like they've never done that before, too. They've literally put out alternate trailers and things like that to mislead the audience. They put Hulk in Infinity War and it wasn't there. He was in the Hulkbuster. They've done these kind of misdirect things before. But I feel like that's also I don't know, kind of almost not mean to the actor, but go on all these press junkets, do all this stuff. You had maybe 2 days of work on set, and we killed you.
I know, but being an actor though too, it's got to be tough. It's you're taking on this show, and it's 6.5, 7 years almost, and then the show is coming back, and we're gonna have you be killed off screen. Sorry, buddy, you're not coming back. And then the backlash, the fan base, they want to bring you back, and then you're oh, my job. And they're by the way, no, we're just gonna kill you right away. That's got to be tough. It's got to be tough. But I saw there was a comment out there too saying why would they release that? And I think I don't know why. I have no idea why they would say that. The internet's going nuts about like, oh, Foggy will be back season 2. Foggy might be back next season, or this season still, for all we know. He could be back. Trevor, what do you think about that? Did you watch Daredevil? And did you watch it at all?
I have not watched it yet. No.
I just fucked
I
your world.
watched the original one on Netflix, and it was great. So,
I just fucked your world, didn't I? Big time.
Absolutely did. It's fine. It's fine.
Oh no!
It was the first 15 minutes.
But no, I do feel like if they wanted to do this, they needed to just let it sit and resonate for a while. Like you can't just kill him and then what has it been 3 days since the premiere? And then tell us, oh, don't worry, he'll be back. It robs the whole story of the impact it's supposed to have. I do think we'll probably still see him this season. I
agree.
I feel like if they wait until next season to reveal that he's alive, then it'll just stink of rewrites and oh, the fan backlash was blah blah blah, so we had to bring him back. But if it was always supposed to be part of the story, then he should come back this season, and we should see that and know that it was planned for. But it's just the problem is just the overarching thing that literally no one stays dead in the Marvel Cinematic Universe unless the actor has died. So. Yeah.
I remember that was
then they got AI.
Yeah,
well, they haven't pulled that yet, but
wasn't that was another thing. I remember when Infinity War happened and everybody fucking died in it. They were like, oh well, Endgame, they're gonna figure out how to bring them all back and everything like that. So it's even in that moment where the movie ended and everybody was dead, and it was even knowing that they're all coming back, it was hard to feel it. Because you knew that something was going to happen to bring them all back. And it's I think part of the knowledge of them coming back is through these press junket things. And it's it's just I wish you guys would just shut the fuck up and let us mourn or feel feelings. Please.
And William Buck Rogers, again, Punisher is back this season. So Punisher is going to be in this season. They showed the tattoo in the episode 2. There was, I'm pretty sure that was Punisher.
So I think just giving them all this.
How we spoil here a little bit, guys. I've also had a few cocktails, so that's going to happen.
All right, Trevor.
I'm sorry, Trevor. Trevor, are you excited to watch it though? Oh shit. You know what? We're going over time. Fuck it. We're going over time.
I am excited to watch it. I really liked the Netflix stuff, except for Iron Fist and Daredevil a lot. So
Universal.
Iron Fist is not coming back. F that. He's not coming back. He's the one that I'm they should recast him.
I know. Want him to, but I heard
they don't have to recast him. We can get rid of the Danny Rand, the Finn Jones Danny Rand. Just bring Jessica Henwick back. Just give us the Colleen Wing as Iron Fist. Done.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
I just know that they want to do the whole Defenders thing that came out too. They're talking about they're going after Defenders again and bringing that back into fruition on Disney Plus as well, which I'd be fine with maybe if you're building in this universe. Again, I love what they did with William Fisk. I fucking love D'Onofrio. He's so good. They're letting him still do his thing, bringing Vanessa back because she wasn't supposed to be in originally. I think that's great. I think she's going to die this season though. I think she's going to die.
I have a theory of something that I at least hope. God, I hope they do. They already mentioned his name, and it's you gotta fucking do it. You're in New York. You gotta mention Spider-Man.
Spider-Man, yep.
You gotta mention it. You gotta at least some type of thing. Because you want Fisk. All I want is a Spider-Man Fisk, that Fisk interaction. Give this to me. It's so bad.
We've been waiting for that for so long. Sony never did it before. They wouldn't do it.
God,
Spider-Man has such a deep association with Kingpin. I just can't believe we haven't gotten there yet.
And now that we have such a good Kingpin, it's just and I think, honestly, I genuinely think they are going there. And I think it's the thing that they, through press junkets and all that stuff, actually have done a good job of shutting the fuck up on and not mentioning. Because there's little things I don't know if you watched the animated Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man.
It's good. It's
Daredevil shows up in that.
He's right.
And Charlie Cox does the voice, right?
Cox does the voice of it. So I think that they're and also keep this in mind. He also showed up in the Spider-Man movie.
Yeah.
So it's and how interesting would it be for Peter Parker to find out that Matthew Murdock is Daredevil, but for Daredevil to not know that Peter Parker is Spider-Man when the fact that he represented him for that case. Like, it's like that makes for an interesting narrative that like do something with that. That would be incredible. Like, please give me that.
Yes.
I would love it. I really want to see it. I want to see all that. I want to see Daredevil in there more. I think that Charlie Cox is so fantastic as Daredevil. Like, come on. We talked about it on Wednesday, and like one of our guests, Brandon, had never watched it before. He's like not into Marvel at all. He's like, dude, this is cool because it's like grounded, it's real, but also like it makes me like really like it's like a gritty kind of crime show. And he was like really excited about it. I'm like, yeah, it is. And even like the lawyer aspect in the second episode, not to go too far into it, he was like, they bring the lawyer aspect back in like they did in the Netflix show, which works really well. It just does. It's like you gotta have
those are some of the most popular TV shows out there. I throw that in the superhero universe. It's like fucking no brainer.
I'm curious, guys. You guys are all working. Is Charlie related to Wally?
Wally Cox?
Wally Cox?
Yeah.
I have no idea who Wally Cox is.
Oh God, I forget how young you are.
I mean,
he was one of the great comedians of the 60s and 70s.
I mean, could be. Nepotism does like to run rampant in Hollywood, so.
It doesn't say anything on his Wikipedia page.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
Probably not, but I was just curious.
No.
I mean, Wally Cox kind of looks like, I saw a picture of him, kind of looks like Tom Holland more than Charlie Cox. Right?
Well, I'm not saying, I wasn't asking about looks, I was just curious.
Wally Cox died 10 years before Charlie was born.
Okay, well.
That would make it tough.
You must remember, I am youth deprived. Okay.
Yeah. Are you doing okay, GR? I know you got that nosebleed going on. You might have to wash your face, buddy.
Well, fuck it. I mean, I'm this far in.
Look at a fucking horror scene over there. I mean,
like Bambi got to you.
Bambi got to GR, buddy. Bambi got to GR. The reckoning has happened.
Oh no.
Well, hey, but I've got her now in the freezer, so I'm good for meat for a while.
Oh boy.
No comment.
Thanks, Pep Star.
I apologize, folks, but I can't help this. This poor old nose has been broken 31 times, so it decides to leak.
Yeah,
well, I lead with my nose, you know.
Maybe you want to wipe your chin, GR, at least. Maybe go wipe your chin.
Yeah.
Is there? I got blood everywhere. I can't see it.
Yeah, you might want to go wipe your chin at least. Anyways, that's better.
There you go.
That's better. GR, Charlie Cox, Daredevil. Foggy not being dead. Are you shocked?
No, I worried they were going to do just this. They're going to kill him off real quick. Him and Kieran. And then, we're not going to do that. And 10 minutes into the show, they kill him.
Yeah.
And 15 minutes into the show, she walks away.
Yeah.
So.
She's got to come back, though.
Brian, the two ties to what made the show what it was were written out in the first 15 minutes of the show. And that sucked. I was so pissed off.
And Bullseye, too. Like another really cool. That opening fight sequence was so fucking awesome. And it's like, it's a cool way to open it, but it's also devastating to know it's like, and that's all you get of that character. Like, that's that. You're done. Like,
you know what was good about it? It made him human.
Yeah.
You know, when he threw him off the roof, I went, yeah.
Yeah,
my kind of guy. Yeah.
He was just, at that point when he the way they shot it, the way they like went from like widescreen up to full screen. They changed the aspect ratio to show like how he's hearing things, and even how he's hearing. Yeah, honing it as he's hearing Foggy's heartbeat, which is how you do that because he could hear his heartbeat stop in that sequence. So how do you like make that a thing? You know what I mean? So. That's why when you hear these things, I don't know. A part of me says these are the fan base thing. Part of me thinks is going to happen is at the end of season 1, I think something's going to happen where he gets sent over to the MCU. And in the MCU, Foggy's still alive. That's what I think. It makes more sense to me for the MCU universe.
A multiversal kind of thing.
And then he's in the MCU verse because right now he's still kind of in that Netflix verse, right? Or is that connected? Is it real? Is it attached? Is it not?
Well, no, it is technically still attached because the Echo was in the MCU and he shot him in the.
That's true.
He shot him in the face and all
they brought that up.
Like, yeah, so it should all be one in theory. I mean, and he still did mention Spider-Man.
He did.
Like that did get mentioned. So
it makes you wonder though if he heard his heartbeat stop, how are they going to do that? You know?
No, that is true. It's like I think you might be right where it's the fan thing of like they want him to be back, but like, bro, his heart stopped. Like he's fucking dead.
Well, but the showrunner still said it though. He said, I should probably really say that, but it'd be like, Foggy will be back for season 2, unless they're doing flashbacks and
Brian,
stuff.
I know this is shocking, but it's Hollywood and they tell lies.
David Arquette's back. Like, fuck it.
Yeah, fuck it. We want him back. He's great. We were fucking at a different plan before. We're gonna shift gears and go back to it. I don't know. I love what I saw so far. I want to see more. I hope it's freaking even better.
Can I get one? Because it was something that I wanted to hear you say a little bit more about. What is the original Born Again storyline? Has Foggy pretend to die, and what? Because that might be exactly what they're doing.
Yeah, and the idea was that apparently there's a big case that they were involved in, and the FBI gets involved, and they pretty much like get Foggy as a witness. It was one of their cases they were involved with, and so they have him fake his death. Karen's the only person that knows about it, and they stage this whole thing where he gets killed. And it's not exactly the situation, but he gets shot, and Karen covers it up. And then he disappears, take the body away, and then he goes witness protection, and then he actually helps them with the case, and he comes back to trial later on. That was the whole idea, and then Matt never knew anything about it. And so I've had multiple people online talking about it, and they're saying this has got to be what it is. I don't think Bullseye was actually involved with it. I think it's a way of tying it back in because then who would have hired Bullseye? You know, Vanessa didn't do it, probably. You know, Fisk said he didn't do it, so Vanessa wouldn't have done it. Well, he said he didn't do it though, but then again, he does lie. It makes you wonder: is it the government? The government's involved in it, and then now they put him away. But we'll have to see what happens with Bullseye. If Bullseye gets out, that would make sense. There's actual controversy there. But the idea is that it was this whole big setup. Matt couldn't know about it, and the only person that could know was again Karen because she was involved in the whole switch.
I think William Buck Rogers there has a point that I think might be true too. Is his heart temporarily stopped, but he is still alive. So it might be they might do a different an alternate storyline to him instead of being in witness protection. Them taking advantage of an opportunity of because we brought you back and because nobody knows you're dead, we have an opportunity for you, or you know what I mean? It could be something along those lines where it's it wasn't necessarily planned, but they took advantage of an opportunity kind of a thing. Maybe. I don't know.
I mean, it could be something like that. And then because it's okay, at this point, everyone thinks you're dead, you know? Right. And if it is influential for them, I think about maybe Kingpin gets bigger. He has information on Kingpin, but Matt does too, because they knew that Kingpin was a crime lord before. So maybe it's something about that, which would kind of make sense. Take down the mayor. And I just love one more thing. It's about Daredevil. I love is and Trevor, I know you haven't watched it yet, but there is a big storyline in the comics about, Kingpin going to be mayor. It's a big thing. And I love that they're actually doing that this season, but it still ties in. People are oh, they're political. They're trying to be like it's Trump, and it's no, it's not. It's this is actually. And they were talking about that too. They said that this was something that we wanted doing for years. They shot, it was done, and
they started this years ago at this point.
Yeah, that was in the trailer, Brian. It's okay. You're not spoiling anything for me there.
Yeah, and I'm when people say that, I'm it's only one of the things people have been fan base has been screaming for a long time. I just love Charlie Cox is back. I love that D'Onofrio is back, friends of the show. And I want more Karen. GR thinks she's sexy, right, GR? Oh, GR! Stop!
Your nose is bleeding as you do it. Oh, God.
GR.
I mean, you're not wrong, but I don't think I need a
tissue, or should I call a fucking ambulance?
Yeah, you're Master Roshi.
Yeah.
Sorry, it was one of those things that just had to come out.
All right, GR. Maybe you want to take a bathroom break fast, GR. Take a bathroom break, okay? Look in the mirror.
That's
Look
where
yourself out.
Yeah, that's where I'm headed, guys. I'm sorry.
All right, take a bathroom break, guys. Great hot takes across the board. I know there's we gotta get this ship moving on. We're kind of far behind, but before we do that, I just want to. I know we're deep into this. Before we do that, I just briefly, Vertigo. Everybody, Vertigo, right? Big reboot. Robert Downey Jr. Is it necessary? Trevor, I'm gonna send to you fast. Trevor, what do you think?
No, this is absolutely unnecessary. And people still watch the Hitchcock movies. It's not like you need to reintroduce this story to a new generation. I mean, like, I said this multiple times on the show also, like, I don't think we need all these reboots. I hate that we're doing all these reboots. If we're going to do reboots, the things we should reboot are things that had, like, good concepts but poor execution in the past. We should stop rebooting classics. Like, for me, the quintessential reboot was Battlestar Galactica. The original had a lot of good ideas, but I felt like it, like I rewatched it recently and I felt like it squandered the potential immediately. So like the Battlestar Galactica reboot was fucking incredible. And I think that's the kind of thing we need to do. Like, not Hitchcock. We don't need to reboot Hitchcock.
Yeah, I don't know why they want to even touch on this at this point. Like, it's been so long. Like, why delve back in? Jimmy Stewart's still awesome in that. I mean, we talk about reboots all the time on the fucking show, though. Reboots, remakes, redos. It happens all the time. Are you shocked by this, Joe, at all?
I'm not shocked by it. It seems pretty on brand, especially for Downey. Like, he clearly has a love for this. That's why he did Perry Mason and all that. Like, it seems like he clearly has a love for old Hollywood, but I feel like that's clouding his judgment, and he's got so much money that now he's just kind of doing what he wants to do, and he wants to do it. Whether or not that's a good decision, I don't think so. I think I completely agree with Trevor. Like, the things that should be remade are things that, like, had great concepts but poor follow through. So you also know that you will be able to, you have the ability to do better because the bar is kind of lower for you, but you know that there's a fan base there because it has a cult following. So that means, concept is there, follow through wasn't as good, ripe opportunity for a reboot. But right now, I don't know what it is about executives in their positions are very hesitant about doing that. They want to do something that has a name, has a following, or has success already attached to it. And that's insane to me because that's like the same thing with the all the animated movies that they've made into live action. It's like,
and the Powerpuff Girls.
It's like grabbing things that were already good. Just go watch the good thing. You don't need to remake it, because it's also what drives me most nuts about that is it's so arrogant in the sense that, like, you look at this amazing thing and think you can do better, that you genuinely think in your heart of hearts that you're like, I'm better than these greats. Like, that's ludicrously cocky to me. And I think that that's just bad. Like, for the animated stuff, to your point with the Battlestar Galactica, like, so many people have said, give me Atlantis, give me Treasure Planet. Like, it's like, we clearly want this. Like, if you guys did do this, people would see it, and they're very interested in seeing it, yet they insist on doing fucking Snow White.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, nobody wants this. Literally no one's asking for this, and you're insisting on doing it because in your headspace, well, we're kind of just running through the gambit of all these animated movies, so we're just kind of now going through them. And it's like, grab fucking ones that were less popular. Like, in all honesty, if you are going to go, especially that far back into like a classic, do Sword in the Stone. Or something like that. That would have maybe been good. But even then, Sword in the Stone's fucking great. Maybe make a new movie. I don't fucking know. It's insane. Like,
do Black Cauldron.
Right. No shit. That's a very good idea. Especially now that Disney is capable of going the more serious direction that they weren't in those days. Like, do that. That would be fucking rad as shit. Yeah, Black Cauldron. Way more
Hell yeah.
than the Stone.
I mean, especially now, like everyone's looking for the new Lord of the Rings, the new Game of Thrones. Like, there's what 5 or 6 of those books. Like, do the whole fucking series.
Right.
Make that happen. That'd be fucking dope.
Good. Yeah.
Oh,
And that would make for a good Disney Plus show as well, right? Because like you said, like you got a lot of material here and you don't have to necessarily grind it out in a movie. You have now a medium to which you can spread this out and still have high production and good quality stuff and competition against Lord of the Rings. You've got what? Lord of the Rings on Amazon.
You got it over
on HBO.
Hunt for Gollum coming out soon.
And oh god, that's I don't know.
It's coming. It's coming. The Hunt for Gollum. We can't hear GR. It's coming.
Okay.
We can't hear GR. The Hunt for Gollum is coming though. We talked about that on Wednesday, and that's like a whole thing where they're like Andy Serkis pushed it a year, but it's still happening.
But at least with Gollum, they're using a character that he wrote, not some made up shit.
Precious. Guys, I gotta tell you, we've gone way over, but great quick takes, everybody. Great quick take. What, Joe?
Really quick, but great take.
No, not really quick. No, we fucked the quick up tonight. Sometimes we fuck the quick.
They're very
it was not a quickie tonight. It was not a quickie.
And I want to apologize if I grossed anybody out. I'm sorry. I can't help this. First time it's happened on the air.
Yeah, that was pretty bad. But you know what, though? We do have a winner, guys. We do have a winner.
Oh,
of
that's
hot
right.
takes.
I forgot all about that.
Right.
Yeah, I've been drinking a little bit too. I slow down a little bit when I'm drinking. I'm sorry, guys. I slow down. All right, guys.
You're not the only one.
Here we go. We do have a winner of hot takes, everybody. So, without further ado, drum roll, please. Our winner of hot takes for this Friday edition of Kruse Control is... Oh, what? Shit, it's a tie.
Ooh.
Or you know what? You guys both win. You guys both win. The first winner is the Thirsty Daddy, GR Waters. Congratulations, GR.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Tie, GR. Tie.
The second tie in our history.
That's true. We have gone into we've gone into sudden death before, but you know what? It's real late. So and our second winner of hot takes. Here we go, guys. You guys feeling good about this? You guys nervous?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Joe. Trevor Triggs! Congratulations, Trevor!
Thank you.
Great hot takes, everybody.
I don't know what to do when I'm on the camera like this.
One day I'll win.
Joe, you got ripped off. It should have been a three-way.
Yeah.
Oh,
a triple tie. Ooh.
a triple tie. Well, if there's three, I'm gonna we're going again. But great hot takes, everybody.
We've had that before. I've been part of the three-way tie before.
It's true. Great hot takes, everybody. I gotta tell you, here's a hot take. DiCaprio's gonna be playing Evil Knievel. Does anybody think that's real, true, or should be great? I don't know. Can we actually talk about that?
No, it's gonna suck.
So guys, you guys know Evil Knievel now? Evil Knievel, massive, fucking amazing stunt. It's stunt, but it's also just I'm gonna say, just giving it all out there. Massive motorcyclist that's given death-defying stunts beyond all belief that people are cheering and rocking and rolling for. But now we're getting a movie about his life. The biopic about, again, Evil Knievel. And who's up for Evil Knievel? Leonardo DiCaprio. So DiCaprio has been offered the role. They're going back and forth right now. It sounds like they're close to being finalized on this contract. So DiCaprio will be taking the reins to be...
Brian, he looks like you in that picture.
I'm trying. I guess. I mean, my hair is part a different way. I'm sorry, Leo. I have more hair than you. But Evel Knievel, guys, is having La La Land director and Whiplash, which is great. I love both those movies. Damien Chazelle, I butchered your name. Sorry, man. Is going to be helming this project moving forward. And they've actually contacted Adrian Brody, too, to be a big-time player in this as well. And Adrian Brody would play a character that was actually attacked by Evel Knievel with an aluminum bat, apparently, at one point in his life. So that's crazy. But that's what he's rumored to be playing. But again, Evel Knievel has been leaving a legacy for a long time. And to be that kind of person to jump, what was it? The Las Vegas jump that he had was like, it was insane. That one ramp to the next, as much like free flow that he had in the air to go for that, it blows my mind.
30 buses.
30 buses, GR. I mean, that a round of applause. Round of applause, because honestly, that's insane. Saltman's the character too. Shelley Saltman, the character that Adrian Brody's up for. He was attacked by Knievel back in the day. He was born in 1938, guys. Who was Evel Knievel? Robert Craig Knievel, stunt performer, entertainer, best known for, again, his ramp-to-ramp motorcycle jumps across a variety of projects. Throughout the 1970s, he was just a big part of American culture. He was like that guy that like everybody had to watch because like, what the fuck is he doing today? Of course, he died in 2007 at the age of 69 due to issues stemming from diabetes, which is an insane thing that you're death-defying jump and you die from diabetes? Like, what? But DiCaprio, Knievel. I like DiCaprio. I love guys. You know I love DiCaprio. I love this fucking fool. Leo's my man, guys. Leo's my man. Ever since Inception, I worked with him. I'm like, you know what? I fucking love DiCaprio. But I feel like we could have gone. We could have gone somebody else. I mean, if we had Scorsese direct this, I get it. You know, I get it. But like, it's not. Maybe we would have gone for somebody younger. Maybe I don't know. I could not Chalamet. I'll say just not Chalamet. I'll say every fucking time. You know what I'm saying? He's my arch rival, Joe. He's my arch fucking rival. He's going to see this show one day. He's like, fuck this guy. But you know what? We're fine, man. So let's get lunch, have a few fucking margaritas like GR does every night, and let's talk about it, you know? Let's just do it. But Evel Knievel.
Every Friday night.
Every Friday night. Can we see this being a realistic thing? Does this make sense? And would you want to see it? Trevor, what do you think? Do you believe this is a great project for Leonardo DiCaprio? Do you think that the Evel Knievel story actually needs this to happen? And will you watch this, Trevor? I want to know.
I think the Evel Knievel story is interesting enough that it could make a good movie. Like, I would never have thought to do this, but like, if it's happening, sure, it might. Like, I'm okay with it happening, but like, I think DiCaprio's too old. I think he's a weird fit for the role. I don't buy DiCaprio as that brand of bad boy. And I don't know. I'm just looking stuff up on Wikipedia right now, and I was like, I don't usually want to get into like fan casting or anything, but like I'm just looking at Evel Knievel's face and I'm just thinking, what about Josh Hutcherson?
Oh, I can see that.
Just a thought. I don't know. I mean, like Damien Chazelle, I think is a great fit for director. Like I think this is exactly up his alley.
Great movies.
DiCaprio feels like a real weird fit to me.
Yeah, it's like, why? I mean, I think it's because it's the name talent, you know, Trevor? It's like, we know DiCaprio is going to deliver, and he's probably looking for that next big project. He probably is, you know?
I mean, if they do go with DiCaprio, I'm sure he'll do a good job, but I don't know. I don't see him as this person.
Yeah. I just don't see it either. I mean, I think he can do almost anything in my book, honestly. Mm-hmm. I think he's so versatile. I think he gives it his all. He surprises me sometimes. So do you think there's a chance he could surprise you in this role?
No. I mean, I'm on board.
I think he's at one point, you know?
I think he's going to do a good job.
It's weird.
Yeah, it's just a weird choice to me. But I mean, like, I've kind of stopped like looking at casting and being like, oh, that's going to be horrible. Like after Heath Ledger in The Dark Knight, because I was like definitely on board with like that whole like, what the fuck are we doing here? But then like, look how that turned out. So nowadays I just let it happen and see what happens, you know.
I was the same way about Heath Ledger too. I was like, there's no fucking way that A Knight's Tale is going to do this shit. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
Right.
And 10 things said about you.
Things I hate about you, but he fucking surprised me. And then you know the tragedy behind his life too. After that, it's sad, but like he fucking killed it. He gave it his all.
So yeah. It's fine. It's just it strikes me as strange.
Yeah, I think it is super strange. Actually, let's go to Joe. Joe, you've probably heard of Evil Knievel before, of course, right?
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. I'm genuinely. I think that making an Evil Knievel movie is a solid move. I think that that's a cool story for someone like for them to tell, because he's literally the only stuntman. Like when you think stuntman, especially nowadays, you think of someone who's doing stunts in a movie and doing things like that. He is the only stuntman who is known for doing stunts as a performance. Like it wasn't just something that happened in shows and movies. Like he obviously did that too, but Evil Knievel made a name for himself as himself. Like most stuntmen, you don't know their names. They're standing in for another actor and are behind the scenes. You'd never know it was them. Like that's the whole thing. Evil Knievel was a name you knew, and we're excited to see him do some crazy motorcycle stunt thing. Like that doesn't even really exist anymore. Now he would just be considered like, I don't know, Travis Pastrana or something. Like it's just like a motorcyclist. Like one of them. Like he was this special thing that he created, this interesting brand, and he's just got the name for it, Evil Knievel. Like
what name?
Yeah, like it is right for a good biopic. But yeah, the choice of Leonardo DiCaprio is strange, but
beyond strange.
I think I'm kind of with you on that, Brian, where it's like the dude kind of hasn't really missed, so I think he'll probably kill it. But I mean, there's always that,
what if factor.
Woulda, coulda, shoulda. Yeah, like it. You saying Josh Hutcherson, right? Is that his last name?
Yeah.
Man, he doesn't get enough, and I really enjoy him. And just seeing his face, it's like, yeah, that definitely, just straight look wise, looks right. Mm-hmm. And I do know that he is a phenomenal actor and probably could have pulled this out. And it would have been more beneficial to his career than Leo, where this is just going to be another check mark.
Absolutely.
Like he's got a fucking laundry list of amazing titles. It's like somebody like Josh, like just making a decision, even if it wasn't Josh, just making a casting decision to give someone that opportunity to take on a story that is legendary like this. Like Evil Knievel is a legend. That is a good thing. So it would have been nice for that opportunity to go to someone else who might have been more deserving of it.
Yeah, I still think that like I get it. Like, and again, I think that Leo gets roles sometimes because he's Leo.
He
it's
draws
like,
a crowd.
And he does draw the crowd. Girls still like flock to him. Guys do too. And you know what I mean? And I think that his world is.
I mean, actually, Brian, like since you put it that way, since you bring it up, that's actually another.
Their hearts will go on, Trevor. Their hearts will go on.
Yeah, I mean, like Evil Knievel is going to attract like that story is going to attract people of a certain age, and Leonardo DiCaprio will attract people of a certain age. If you wanted to bring the Evil Knievel story to a younger audience, Josh Hutcherson is the way to go. You already like Gen Z already knows him from the fucking Hunger Games. Like they'll show up for that, and then that'll. I feel like that's a better way to get Evil Knievel's story to go on, like Celine Dion's heart.
Riz. Yeah, the Riz, Peppy, you're right.
That's so true. I didn't even think about it that way, because the younger audience thing, that's usually what they're doing when they grab some casting choice or whatever like that. It's like, oh, this person brings in the crowd or whatever. But yeah, Josh Hutcherson, like...
Thirsty Daddy was in there. GR, what do you think? GR, you probably saw some of these stunts, right, GR?
Shit, yeah.
Yeah, actually, I saw quite a few of them.
So
and what you guys don't realize...
What do you think?
No, he's a joke. He's way too small to play. I mean, I love his work. You know that, Brian. Mm-hmm. But first off, Evil Knievel was not a stuntman.
He wasn't.
He was never no. He started doing motor car shows.
Right.
He jumped a couple of cars.
Oh, yeah.
he was never in the movie business until late in his career, where they talk about Queen talked about him, where he was on shows like Bionic Woman and all that bullshit. He was this was just before he died. All he did was motorcycle stunts. That's it. I mean, that's where he made his living. He'd go to car shows and he'd jump
That's
a few
stunt,
cars.
though. That's a stunt, though. GR. It's like the live action stunt man. That's what he was, a live action stunt man.
Okay, but Brian, what I'm saying is,
live action.
He wasn't a union member. He didn't.
No, he wasn't
act in movies. This guy was a crazy son of a bitch that loved his motorcycle and wanted to do shit that nobody else had ever done, and he did that his whole career. Hell, he tried to jump Snake River in Idaho on a jet motorcycle.
Shawang!
Didn't make it.
Crazy.
Thanks,
that is insane.
Yeah, well, so GR, you hear that though, and you know DiCaprio's got that rapport. He's got that reputation of being, a movie star. That's the biggest thing, is a movie star. And I think what they think the studio sees, but the studio looks for a movie star to play him, right? Because he's a big talent, looking for money these days. Especially, we're like trying to get the butts in the seats. People don't go to theaters anymore, and so how do you get a name like Knievel? People don't know. And get the butts in the seats. They put DiCaprio on. That's what it comes down to. Is there somebody else you could see playing Evel Knievel?
I think Trevor nailed it best.
Hutchinson, he's great. He's great, but
a young guy that has some talent, that physically fits the character.
Mm-hmm.
Put him in there, and he'll get. How do I put this politely? Some female butts in the seat.
Yeah. I just think that, I could see that. And again, you're tying into the other franchises. You're finding a way to bring people together. I just think Leo is a safe move for the studio. It's a safe move. You put him in there, you know that you'll get.
That's what it is, Brian.
You'll have the people that love Evel Knievel that come out. And then you have the people that just love Leo that'll come out, regardless of what he does. And then maybe they'll draw the audience in that you don't have. Because, again, you're going to have a big male crowd, I would think, that'll watch this movie. And you want the female crowd again. How do you come in? You get the heartthrob, But I think, they could have put some more,
something throb anyway.
Oh, did you get a womp on for that, Gia? Womp up for that, 100%, right away. That's what you get. Thirsty daddy. He's very thirsty, 100%, right, Pepe?
Hey, Brian, at least I'm being honest.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I think there's also something there's something there where, you make the Leo choice and stuff like that due to the fact that, like you were saying, if you want to introduce a younger audience to it, you show Josh Hutcherson or anything like that. But to me, even if you got a no name or whatever, I feel like it shows, by needing a name, needing somebody to do that, that almost shows a lack of confidence of how interesting you find the Evel Knievel story. And I think the Evel Knievel story is interesting enough that if you have a good enough script and you have a good director attached and you can make a really good trailer and stuff like that, that should do it.
Yeah. That's a good point. I mean, also, since you bring up, if you get a known, a no name or an underknown person, if you find somebody who's a stunt person who wants to make an honest run at acting, market it by saying the star did all their own stunts, fucking full Mission Impossible this shit.
Absolutely.
Dude, I love that shit. It reminds me of Chad Stahelski, who did, do you guys know the story about John Wick at all? I've talked about this on set before.
Right. Yeah.
He was his stunt double. He was Keanu Reeves' stunt double, and then he did John Wick, and he wrote the script, and then Keanu Reeves did it, and it's it made his whole career. And he was a stunt guy. He was a stunt guy. Let a stunt guy just do that, and let a stunt guy's career flourish into the future. Why the fuck not? Those guys are awesome. Those guys, girls, everybody that's in that world, they're fantastic talent. Let them fucking shine too. They get shit on a lot of times. They're the people that really showcase the movie and the special effects and the fucking big moments of the movies. Let them shine. Let them shine. Totally. I love that.
I have one lives across the street, and I'd love to see him make a breakthrough.
So do we think that they should hire? Because that's a very good point. Should they hire a stunt person as opposed to a big name actor to be Evil Knievel?
Yeah,
but then what do you do?
Well, you don't need it. You don't need a stand-in.
Well, no, you would still need a stand-in. They still would need a stand-in. We're gonna keep the stand-in jobs going live. Come on, GR. But
we all know certain actors like to do their own stunts.
I'm just saying, when I run for SAG president, I'm gonna keep the fucking stand-ins alive. But here's what I was saying.
Chance to relax in their
Thank you, Mr. President.
I'm just saying. I just think though, if you do that, you surround them with people like every fucking movie does. You have DiCaprio be like the trainer or the manager. You have people like that come in, and then that
the name.
I always love that. Yeah. Let somebody that isn't a big name thrive, drive, and make that character. Because again, you're playing a real life person, and we see these actors like. I mean, talk about like it was recently James Marsden saying he wants to play Sinatra, right? And it's like I get that he wants to play Sinatra, but like I think if you're playing an iconic character like that, you put somebody you don't know. You just don't know it, because then people can disconnect that from the person and just see Frank Sinatra, just see Evil Knievel.
What was the guy who played Elvis, who's now killing it?
Austin Butler.
Austin Butler. It's like a perfect example of that, and that's an even like that is a prime example too, because it's not even necessarily like I enjoyed that movie, but it wasn't necessarily like a huge critical success, but it did launch his career. Like, and that's what these things are capable of doing. So it's like use them as these launch pads and stuff. It would make more sense. And I think that might have something to do with just Hollywood being like, I don't know, it's old Hollywood wanting to be like, oh, Evil Knievel, he's our classic guy. Let's grab one of our favorite actors to play him. Like, I don't know. It just seems like
throw him in there.
Is it just that Hollywood doesn't know how to do marketing anymore?
That part. Yeah.
Yes, Sinatra was connected a little bit. But guys, Robert Downey Jr., maybe he could be. I don't know where did he come from. Leonardo DiCaprio. I've been drinking a few drinks tonight. Leonardo DiCaprio, guys. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Let's cheers. DiCaprio, Evil Knievel. He's in. Guys, I'm going to say that's a drink. He's going to take the role, though. He's not going to not take the role. You know?
They offer him Evil Knievel. He's going to do the role.
Yeah.
When it's like, what was it? He just did the Hollywood movie with Tarantino not that while back.
Yeah, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Yeah, it's like, okay, so Brad Pitt did the stuntman thing in that movie. Now I want to be the stuntman. I'm going to do the stuntman movie.
He was great at that fucking flamethrower too. I love that shit. It was good. Mm-hmm. It was good. But guys,
I think we can do about that. Eat.
I love it so much. So we'll keep it posted. DiCaprio is final negotiations for Evil Knievel. Adrian Brody, we didn't even touch on Adrian fucking Brody, but Adrian Brody coming in too. And please do less for Oscar speeches, Adrian Brody. I know you've already taken that shit up, you fucking pushed it down and all that, but I think he's a great talent too. Whatever he does, I will watch. So I think he'd be great in that movie too. Right, guys?
He's a good actor. He just needs to shut the fuck up.
I'm going to give you a round of applause, Joe. Round of applause for Joe.
Oh, God. Or at least have something to say if you're going to fucking do that. I don't know.
I know, Peppy, right? He went there.
Hey, Brian, he suffered from the disease we've heard on this show before.
What's that?
ROM.
Yeah.
Run on mouth.
Oh.
Love me.
Okay, Peppy, calm down. Anyways, guys. Get ready for that. It's happening, and we'll keep you posted as it's going. But, the business is always changing here day in and day out, and, the business has suffered a lot. We talk about a lot in this show. The business has suffered in Hollywood after, of course, COVID, the strikes, and the strikes were a big thing about the strikes were AI, a big thing. And I've said in the show multiple times, we should have done more. We should have done more because things are going to start popping up with AI. And, it's hard. You battle. But now there's a new studio in Texas that's popping up, and they're going to start pumping out a lot of AI movies, guys. And I got to talk about that because, honestly, it could change the whole business. Can we talk about that, guys, in our feature story of the night? So, guys, Divergent producer, oh, here we go. Payoya Shababizian. I got that wrong. I know I did.
Say that 5 times fast.
Payoya
Shabazian.
Shabazian. Thank you. Thank you for the assist, Trevor. Round of applause for you.
You're welcome. I don't know that I'm right. I'm just that's my interpretation.
Poya
But it
Shabazian.
sounded good.
Okay.
Poya Shabazian has launched their own AI movie studio right now in Texas, and they're going to release under $500,000 films, and they want to do all AI based. All AI based. They've released their first video about this too. They're going to start right now. Now, they decided that visual effects are the future now. Shabazian said this too. And they're going to launch this whole new studio that's going to change the industry completely. That's what they're saying. Completely. Near studio quality AI movies that will use program forward motion. Now it's going to be film, TV, gaming studios all coming together for this AI generated movies. Now, again, under $500,000 each movie. And they want to together put out 30 low budget movies in the next 3 to 5 years. So 30 of these AI movies under $500,000. And they're pushing for it. Now, they're going to use some actors. The idea is use some actors to do, again, a voiceover and then replicate that, use the AI replication and make it work, and then start pumping these movies out. Now, their very first movie that they actually are going to do, they actually put a little trailer out for. They want 150 movies, though, in the next 4 to 5 or next 10 years, they were saying. So they want to start really pumping these out. And they think that this is going to be the whole new revolutionary time in the industry. To me, we've said this multiple times. And I'll say this again. I think what we did, again, for SAG was fantastic. We fought against AMPTP for a better tomorrow. And I've had conversations with a bunch of union members, because you guys know I'm involved with a lot of committees and stuff. And I joke, and I might run for SAG president. But my biggest thing is this, is when we looked at the contract, it should say human performer. I still think human performer makes sense. Didn't happen because of logistics stuff, future ideas, projections where it comes future. But with this, people are looking at a leeway to find a way to find that gap to make money at a cheaper budget. That's what it comes down to. And this studio is going to do that. Will it be great? I don't know. Will it change the industry? Eventually it will. But as of right now, we have to just take a breath and realize that this is down the line, and whatever happens is only one chapter, and we got to keep fighting for what's best for actors. Our connection is always better. Human connection is always better. But we have to fight for what's right for us, and we got to keep pushing for humankind when it comes to creative arts. We have to. And here right now, I got to show you because I want to make sure you guys see it, because here's my panel. Guys, I love you guys so much. I want to go over this right now. I want to show you just a brief section of what they're going to do with this first movie. And here's what they're saying about it. So watch this right now. We'll talk about it.
Staircase Studios is a film, television, and gaming studio aimed firmly at telling new original stories. We are bringing a talent-driven approach to the use of AI tools by combining the work of high-level Hollywood professionals with experienced AI artists.
Hoot meets his mistress every Wednesday at 2 o'clock. He is never late, and it's the only time he's without...
From using it for auditions...
So you can real actors.
Is what is right and what is wrong. But one thing we should never disagree on is what is right.
...to experimenting with different formats and styles.
I'm Johanna Schaft, president, and the Gemma Society is looking for women like you.
AI has seamlessly complemented the artistry of the incredible talent behind our studio's debut feature.
Hello.
We work with Emmy Award winner Alfred Jimeno of Marvel and formerly of Pixar Oscar nominee Teddy Newton.
Most people find it's easier to ignore that means. Well, that makes them complicit.
Our proprietary workflow embraces union talent at industry rates to make original content for global audiences. Now, from director Brett Stewart and screenwriter Michael Schatz, Staircase Studios AI proudly presents the opening of our debut feature.
Let's say first one is the woman with red hair, and I'm gonna show you. See, I'm not gonna play the whole thing. It's a whole teaser,
Hello.
but just so you see a little bit of it.
I'm Johanna Schaft. Hallo, I'm Johanna Schaft. The Gemma Society is looking for someone like you. Women like
Oh,
you.
yeah.
Women of action.
They don't want us, guys.
Hello. I'm Johanna Schaft, and the Gemma Society is looking for women like you. Women of action. It's important. Crucial. It's crucial that we do
That's
everything
fucked up right
we
there.
can to make a difference.
Weird.
You know, we're taking the beats, taking the moments.
Frankly, looks like shit.
Yeah, like there's a disconnect that because we know AI.
There's that. There's that.
Like the untrained eye, it could fucking fool them, which is haunting to think about. But I feel like because we've seen so much AI now, you can just see this weird disconnect, and it's that uncanny valley of just like it's off-putting. It feels disingenuous, and it's just strange.
It's just not real.
Right.
But before we get too deep, I want to show you one little brief section of something else, okay? There's another studio who launched a whole Porsche commercial, and this is all AI. There's not one human person, voiceover, anything, nothing. This is it. I'm not the whole thing, but I'll play part of it.
Pietro always had a flexible neck, just like his father, and his very curious grandfather. All of the men from the Pisanos had this gift. This talent earned them fame in the village, even if it might not have been completely true. At 18, Pietro became a tennis judge, which was at least safer than his cousin doing neck tricks at the local circus, and less tiring than his nephew. Well, never mind. Older women were just laughing about it. Younger women were curious, naive, and idolizing. Many people argued about how the Pisanos did it. Some suspected special exercises. Some talked about genetics. But what no one knew is that the street in front of the Pisanos led to the home of Herr Weber, who in his adventurous years made his fortune by importing alpacas to Germany. But this would be an entirely different story. After retiring in Italy, through all the decades, he kept buying the best sports cars available from Gianni, who became a friend until the very end. When Weber went for a spirited ride, he did it right in front of the Pisanos' house. Porsche, turning heads for generations.
So that right there was all AI. Not one frame shot, not one human actor, none of that.
It shows what executives feel, which is nothing.
Yeah. So I would say that is better. The Porsche commercial is better than what they did before with the other studio, but that's the route we're going. And this is what I want to address tonight, because I think that it's important. We have to talk about this. We have to start having these conversations as the technology gets better. We have to keep talking about it. If we don't, we'll get tricked by shit. We'll be upset by things, and actors will lose jobs. And also, there's that connection, guys. GR, I see you back there. You see both of these. You're looking good, looking fly, feeling good. How many margaritas deep, GR?
4.5.
4.5. All right, GR. 4.5 margaritas. Does this look real to you? And also, are you feeling like this could really mess up future generations of Hollywood?
It's basically going to fuck us out of jobs. I mean, as much as I hate to say it, the AI is becoming more realistic in each generation as it comes out. I mean, in the old days, it was...
You're doing that
about a year ago. About a year ago, I was watching a shot where they had a woman walking down the street, and it looked like something we would shoot on set.
Which is Sora. We showed that. That was Sora, and Sora is like a big thing right now.
That's what
but
it
you
was.
see in the Porsche commercial, GR, you see this, and you see also what the studio is doing. Is that feasible, do you think, in your eye? Do you think you'll see it where we'll just be like, this is fine. This is what Hollywood is these days, and ignore the past, and this is the future. Accept the future. Do you think that's what's going to be?
Well, as Joe said, it can't happen. I mean, it's so realistic that what do we need an actor for? We can put.
But does that look realistic enough for you, GR?
For me personally,
Yeah.
Well, hell, as an actor, fuck no.
Yeah.
I want to
See?
work, but
Yeah.
what I want, they don't give a shit about.
No.
They want to make money and cost less.
I mean, it's always that. So it's the investing versus return. I've had a few drinks, guys. Investing versus return, and I think that for them, honestly, for most studio heads, it's about making it cheaper as you can, so you make more money. That's what it comes down to. But this stuff is getting better. Gr, it's getting better. It's frightening, but it's getting better. You know, and I think we have to accept it, but we also have to work with it. Yeah,
Brian. The bottom line is, if it works well, we don't work.
Very true. Very true. Very true. Joe, you see this, man. I don't know if you've seen either of these examples before. I heard about the studio before doing this, like less than $500,000 movies to actually invest in AI to make great new content, they're saying, to change the business. When you see this again, do you see like, oh, the next big phase in Hollywood, or do you see more cartoons that are like going to do nothing for us?
I get afraid. I think, honestly, like what GR said, this is still in its infancy. It's only a matter of time before it, like I said, like there's a weird disconnect that happens, especially in watching this AI stuff right now. Like there's an emptiness that comes from especially the actors' performances. Like, I mean, you're seeing them side by side, like in that intro video where you see the actors' actual performance and then what comes through in the AI, and there's less going on in the eyebrows. Like, there's a lot of leeway and things that are missing, but it's only a matter of time before it starts picking that up. And once that happens, it's, you know, like that it is going to be 1-to-1 with those performances. And there's a weird mixed bag there, because it's part of the thing that I actually really liked with video games is the idea of, as an actor, not being limited to what you look like, you know, and being able to act and perform characters that you necessarily couldn't be cast as. So there's that side of it that I think is interesting, but it's haunting to think of it just simply not being used with that artistic integrity in mind. It's being thought of as a cheap cost expense, being, you know, a cheap form of labor. And that it's now to the point where they literally, at least with that studio, they're showing actors that they have hired and they are acting and they are performing. But then you go to the degree of the Porsche, or of that Porsche commercial, and I almost guarantee that was literally just typed out.
It was all typed out. All that was
had
typed
no
out.
actor. Like, yeah, there was no actor. That was just text to prompt to write me a commercial, and it pumped that shit out. And so with that is the most haunting, because
it looks better too. It looks better too, doesn't it?
Well, I think the only reason it looks better is because it works better for the medium of commercials, because commercials are probably the most empty form of filmmaking anyways, because it's a commercial product. You're selling something. It's just a moving billboard. So with that, AI works pretty seamlessly. But when you're actually trying to do art and make a story and make me invested in characters and stuff like that, they're going to have a harder time, but not for that long, I don't think. And that's the scary part of it, is because it's less of, do you think that this is going to happen? It's when is this going to happen? Because, I mean, and the answer is now. Like, there's already a studio, like
now.
It's literally happening already. So there's kind of no fighting it. It's just,
but
we'll see.
The question is,
Jeff?
if this happens, sorry, I've had a couple of drinks too.
Yeah.
Do they need people like directors, lighting, casting, you know, all of the other parts of the business? Do they?
Not here, they don't, GR. They don't need it here now, GR. Not at all.
No, they're what you're gonna have now is you're gonna be replaced with people who are, I guess,
computer geeks.
The term would probably be prompters. People who are really good at working the algorithm and knowing how to type in the right prompt to get the right results out of the AI. Those are the people that are going to be valued. And it's such a silly, dumb thing to be good at, is like, oh, I know how to talk to robots, so I'm going to be a valued asset in the artistic.
I'll be the robot master.
Like, yeah, the robot.
Basically, so basically, there goes the industry as we know it.
Well, we know it. It's about working with it, though. I will always say that because I think it can help us. But working with it, you got to figure it out.
So?
You got to balance it. You got to find ways, and that's what they were trying to do. The last contract was the idea was if they use AI, you get paid for those sequences. You know, it's like as if you don't have to show up for set, but you get paid residuals for those reshoot days. The problem is, though, I think, is there's like so much like gray area that wasn't described. It's like, oh, well, we're talking like, yes, but maybe they won't. It has to be all very much laid out. And I think at the end of the day, what happens when like us right now, right? Us talking are real people having conversations, figuring things out, discussing things. AI can't do that yet. And when it gets to that point, that's where I worry. But it's still it'll become like this, GR. Here's what I'll say. All you like different. Let's galactic spectrum, right? Galactic spectrum. One alien race to the next. That's what's going to be like, you know? And we're still going to be deciphering things the way we do, and they'll decipher things the way they do. And I think we will still stand out in our own perspective compared to theirs. I think it'll always stand out. I think it will. They're mathematically based. We're based off emotions. That's what it comes down to. And until that changes, people want to see us, I think. You know, I hope. Trevor, what do you think? Think that's a possibility?
I have a lot to say about this. And I think I'm going to be both more optimistic and more pessimistic about this than everybody else has been so far. But I'm definitely going to take a different perspective. Mm-hmm. So, for one thing, I think that AI is not getting better. We're seeing a lot of studies already that are showing that it's basically plateaued, especially because we're getting to the point where the scraping that they're doing is just scraping other AI generated content, and it's causing so many errors with it. Oh. I don't know if AI is going to get better than it is right now. It will get better, but I think we're at the point of diminishing returns. I don't think it's going to get a lot better.
God, I hope you're right.
I hope he's right too. All right.
Me too.
Therefore, like we're looking at the way that things look right now. I think that anything that's created with AI is going to be tethered very specifically to this era. It's like, you look back at the 70s and you see like disco and like the big hair. You look at the 80s and you see like hair metal and like, all the weird like pastels and whatever. Like AI art is going to be very specifically tied to the 2020s. I think it will get bigger and more popular for a little while, but I think eventually people are going to get fucking sick of it because, like you said, like we're emotional beings. We need to connect to a human. People are going to get to a point where they just cannot connect to this material. So as far as like this studio that's going to churn out 150 movies in a year, like, sure, they're going to do that, but it's going to be like bargain bin DVD at Walmart bullshit.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
That's
I
what it
think
feels like.
I pray to God you're right, Trevor.
I think there will
really
always
do.
be a market for bargain bin at Walmart bullshit. I don't really see this becoming our summer blockbusters. I don't see AI replacing Christopher Nolan. I don't see AI replacing, like any like Damien Chazelle, like any of these great filmmakers. Like I don't see it happening. And like if you like Brian, if you can pull up that the woman with the red hair video again and like go to the time code 6 minutes and 8 seconds and pause right there for me real quick.
Okay.
Oh,
Here she
interesting.
is. 6 minutes and 8 seconds, you said?
Yep.
I am curious. You have piqued my curiosity, Trevor.
Make me think while I'm drunk.
Does this seem right? Peace, fate. Oh shit! Hold on.
Yeah, that's the video. Go to 6 minutes 8 seconds. Yeah, there we go. What the fuck is the name of that newspaper?
Peace.
Daily Donkey through.
This
Daily
shit
Donkey Dick. Yes, Daily Donkey Dick.
Daily Donkey Dick. this shit is just going to continue to be garbage like that. And I mean,
I'm
like
gonna tell
the
you like
reason
this,
that
I'm
we
not
have art
surprised.
departments, the reason that we put all these details in the movies is because people notice this shit. Like this is not going to fly. This is not going to survive like generations. This is not going to be a classic.
No, and same as like
I don't know. My ex-wife might like that.
I mean, like, I'm
You know
sure
I
that
love
my parents are probably going to like this stuff also, but like,
yeah,
you know, like our kids aren't going to like this. Our kids are just going to look at this and see it as some dumb shit that our generation did.
No, and is
So-
that a
I don't
tank or a
want it.
Jeep or like what are we looking at here too?
I
Like,
don't know what we're looking at. We're looking at slop. Like literally,
That's called a tank. For those
this
of you that
frame
don't
just
know,
wants you to see the word
four
peace
wheels?
fails, and that's not even a proper font. It's just like someone finger painted that on this newspaper.
It looks like it's supposed to be like the Daily News, but it's definitely not that at all.
Inglés.
And so I think
baby.
that's my first point. My second point is that like the way that we're using this AI right now is so catastrophic environmentally. Like this uses so much energy. This is doing so much damage to the environment. Like there's a lot going on right now, like globally, politically, and I don't like none of it is sustainable. I think that within a few years, people will finally have to take pollution and climate change seriously, or we'll die. So, this like
Or
there's going to be
the
new
real
environmental
world will
regulations
happen
that are
like
gonna
it did
tell them, look,
1,000
your
years
AI
ago.
shit needs to pass a certain level of environmental sustainability. And the current models don't do that. So it's going to slow them down. They're going to have to figure out how to do it in a way that doesn't boil the goddamn oceans. And, you know,
okay.
there
That political
will
bullshit.
come a point
Next.
like this technology will have to change. It will have to.
It's gonna have to, but I think that's gonna get better. It's gonna get. You don't think it's gonna get better, Trevor?
I don't think it's going to in our lifetimes. And I think that once the environmental regulations hit, it's going to slow them down to the point where they might just say, this isn't fucking worth it.
There's a whole thing that where the quantum computers is supposed to overpower quantum computers in 2028. And that's supposed to be like a whole new revolutionary thing. Which is why, if that happens, if they can actually decipher our written codes, that's going to really be game changer. Will be, you know?
We'll see. I'm just saying, like, everything looks dire right now. I don't think things are as bad as they look. I really think that this AI shit, the way that it is right now, will run its course. This might become a bigger issue 10 or 20 years from now. But, like, the current AI is not going to be it. Like, people are going to reject this.
I do hope that there is some form of, because it's a learning program and it has to learn off of these models, like that's where I think crediting people and stuff like that, if they do follow through with doing more AI stuff, if they just as simply as like, say for example, AI art is trained off of a bunch of, you know, Etsy artists and all these things, and then it's able to pump out the art that it can. But if every time it pumped out an AI art piece, it said, we made an amalgamation of all of these artists in order to make this art, it wouldn't be so bad. Like, I genuinely think that if they gave credit where credit was due, and it doesn't seem like it's that hard either, because it is like it's all logged. Like that's how the AI works. It's like I learned from this photo, this photo, this photo, this photo. It's just the credits would be very long because it's a fucking hybrid of a ton of different artists. But credit them, show the credit, show the work, like, and give these artists their credit. Then I think it wouldn't be so bad. Like, and if that happened, same with the films and stuff like that too. Like this shot was learned off of Nolan and this movie and this or whatever, you know, like this is where it's getting this training algorithm or whatever from. I think AI would be much less of an issue than it is if it just simply gave credit where credit was due. I don't think
we'll never do that though, because you know what? It's like humans sometimes, Joe. It wants all the credit for itself. You know?
Which is insane because it's just not. And that's the whole other thing with AI art is it's like this isn't original. It literally has no ability to create an original thing off of itself. It's a learning program, so it learned off of things you trained it with. So all it can do is replicate based on the training that you gave it.
Yeah. It's crazy. It's fucking crazy. God, where are we living in? What are we living in nowadays, you know?
No, isn't it funny that all the post-apocalyptic, dystopian futures always showed like robots doing all the like physical labor and all this stuff, and it's like, no, that's actually cheaper. It's actually cheaper to have the humans do the physical labor and then have AI do the art and do all that stuff. Like, it's actually way more dystopian than even the dystopian future said. Like,
we should do a movie about the AI robots whipping people and making them work and fucking build pyramids and shit. You know what I mean?
You thought it was going to be robots doing the work, and it's
robots
not.
Robots are expensive. People are cheap.
People are fucking like pop them up. I see this so, and the reason why I brought this up, and the big thing for me is like, we've been talking about AI since before the strikes, on Kruse Control especially, always talking about AI and like how it's great, it's bad, ups and downs, lefts, rights, square root that some bitch, all that shit, And I think though, at the end of the day, it's going to keep advancing, it's going to keep growing, it's going to keep becoming a thing where we have to keep talking about it, or if we don't, we're going to lose track and it's going to take over the business. We have to keep discussing it. We have to keep talking about it, to figure out what's happening. New advancements happen every day. And I will say this to our union members, please keep watching, keep addressing it, keep talking about it, and think about 2 steps ahead, because they already, If you don't,
Mr. President.
They've a lot. I'm saying if you don't think 2 steps ahead against artificial intelligence, they already won. And honestly, it's a great thing, GR. I love it. You know me, I love fucking technology. That's my biggest thing. I love it. But I do want to make sure that the art, the craft, the love, the joy, the emotions, the human aspect of acting is there. And I think we look at things in a lazy way sometimes, like, we call it quiet quitters these days, right? It's Joe knows what I'm talking about. It's like, it's easy. Pay me and pay me. That's what you say in wrestling. Pay me and pay me. But I think that we have to think about longevity and what people connect to. And I hope that we don't forget about that and we realize that we can do a lot better without them. They can help us. We don't have to rely on them. That's all I'm saying. And I'm worried about the future. I am, but I do know we'll be. I know if we fucking fight, we'll be fine. If we fucking push, we'll be fine. If we try, we'll be fine. If we become fucking
complacent,
we're done.
Yeah.
Anyways, everybody, thank you for Kruse Control. Appreciate you so much. Hope you had a great night tonight. Happy Friday.
And on that depressing note,
love you guys so much. I love my segues. It's great for the fucking shit everywhere. That's how I work. But guys, thank you for being here. We went a little bit over. It happens on a Friday. We've been drinking. It's cool. I love the audience. Get fiery, get soft, get sexy, get all that shit up in there. We love you. You're out, Trevor. You're out.
No, well, good thing I've got more.
No, I can't drink a whole bottle of tequila. That'd be fucking insane.
Fucking nuts.
I hope not.
I hope you guys had a good time on a Friday. It's like the man show, but not like it's like we talk about.
I'll give you that.
There's no girls on trampolines.
Stop it.
I'm sorry, there's no girls on trampolines yet. That's all I'm saying. Maybe one day. And now it's time for AI girls on trampolines. God, guys, thank you for being here. Appreciate you all. Appreciate the chat out there. First of all, I got to thank, of course, the Thirsty Daddy himself. Nosebleed and all. Thanks for being here, GR. Appreciate you.
My pleasure, Brian, and I'm glad it finally stopped.
Oh, you fucking dude. You had a fucking night, GR. Yeah, night, GR.
Yeah, well, hey, I had great company. It was worth the time.
That's Thirsty Daddy, guys. Thirsty Daddy. Mr. Trevor Triggs. Trevor, thank you for being here as always. Appreciate you, man. Hope you had a great night tonight, Trevor.
I had a pretty good night tonight. Thanks for having me.
I
Come
don't
back
like.
soon, Trevor. We enjoy it.
I don't like pretty good night. I like exceptional night. That's what I like.
I had an exceptional night, and now I'm gonna go listen to my 8-track.
There we go. Trevor, before we go, again, can we get any kind of inkling of anything that you've been talking about before? I'm gonna always hassle you. I'm always gonna hassle you.
I just I had a really bad winter, and the projects got delayed a little bit. Things are starting to move again. I'll have an update soon.
Okay.
Trevor, I know you got some great DVDs back there.
I had so many good DVDs back there, Pepe.
Okay, good. Well, you better help us out that Sunday.
I still
Trevor.
have a few 8 tracks, so I hope you enjoy yours.
Hell yes. Do you have an 8-track player, GR? Because I don't.
Yes, I do.
Don't make me kick you off the show.
Peppy, calm down, man. Thanks for being here, Trevor. Thank you as always. When you have updates, please let us know. Okay?
100%. I can't wait to push my bullshit on your show.
Fucking push the bullshit away. Push the bullshit away. That's what Kruse Control's all about, you know? Real people, real projects. Fuck the bullshit. Mr. Joe Clark, thank you for being here. As always, Joe, I hope you had a great time tonight. Thank you for coming in tonight. Appreciate you, Joe.
Of course, you know it. I love being on this thing. It's a fucking great time every time. Especially when alcohol's involved. It always makes it better.
That's always every Friday, man. Every Friday. That's what we do.
That's what Friday does.
Let's go.
I'm Joe.
Joe!
Welcome back. Peppy, calm down.
You got a fan.
You got a fan. You got a fan, the Pep Star. You better watch out for him because he's
I call this person a
bites.
little bitch.
Oh, don't call him.
Whoa.
Can we do a
You're
toast?
my fan. Went from fan
Can
to
you
call
say
me a little
please?
bitch real fast.
Damn, Peppy. Peppy, you're an asshole. You're an asshole, Peppy.
Oh, fuck.
You're an asshole. You're an asshole.
He must be from El Paso.
You're a fucking asshole, Peppy. You're a fucking asshole.
Are you always this clueless?
Fuck you, Peppy. Joe, Batman, your project. Anything going on? Can you tell me any more at all before we leave?
Any more before you leave? I'm just getting really excited for it. I am building I don't know how many people build a set from the ground up for their first short film, but that's what
35 and a half.
Yeah, so I'm actually using my buddy's garage, but I've got we went to Eco Sets and we got full flats and stuff like that we're going to be using to make the Iceberg Lounge in, and it's going to be freaking cool as shit. I can't wait.
Dude, are you guys shooting on where are you guys shooting? Is it a sound stage or like in apartment buildings or what?
It's kind of like we've made a sound stage out of my buddy's garage. That's kind of what we're doing in order to so we can have a controlled environment where I can use smoke machines and do all the stuff to make it the ambient, noir, smoky, loungy vibe of a 1940s poker den.
Fuck yeah, Joe.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's gonna be sweet. Yeah, I'm really excited about it. I was talking to somebody about it, and it's interesting. A lot of people like the year one Batman, and this is like week one.
Oh yeah! Oh, Joe, welcome back.
So this is the first thing that he's ever done, and the realization that basically he can't do that again. Like, he goes out there as Bruce Wayne. He's like, oh, I can't be Bruce Wayne. This doesn't work. That was too big of a risk. I need to come up with something else, basically.
Joe?
Holla!
I'm excited for you, man. I really am. And I've known Joe for a long time, guys out there. And I love to help my friends and push my friends because they're fucking talented. They're fantastic, just like Mr. Joe Clark here. And I love you, man. I'm excited for you. Please keep us posted on Kruse Control, and come back when you got a trailer to show us, please.
As Trevor said, I can't wait to come on here and push my shit.
Fuck yeah! Fuck yeah!
I'm looking forward to it.
Hell yeah!
Appreciate you. Appreciate you.
Push. I will push it out,
guys. Thanks for being here on Kruse Control. As always, push that shit out.
Whatever.
Don't push it in. Do not push your shit back in, right, Peppy?
I'll kick your ass.
I'll let that out.
Yeah, if you do that, Peppy will kick your ass. So don't do that. Don't do that. Peppy's a little sassy little bitch sometimes. That's all I'm saying. You gotta watch out for this fucking fool.
That star has all there is.
I know you do, but I know you, buddy. Anyways, guys, thanks for being on Kruse Control. Happy Friday. Keep going, keep pushing, keep it up. And as always, everybody, we love you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. The numbers go up because of you. You got to keep spreading that word. You got to thank your friends, your family, your uncles, your aunts, your grandmas, your grandpas, your great grandmas, grandpas came down from Venus, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, land smack down in Joe's backyard. And they were like, oh my God, where the fuck is Joe at? Why's Batman here? Why's fucking everybody here? They all fucking became best friends. They subscribed to Kruse Control because you know why? That's what happens on Kruse Control. Kangaroos, beavers, badgers, bears, oh my, a fucking raccoon came flying through with a fucking vine. So, you fucking James Earl Jones smacked down in there. He fucking cry kicks all those motherfuckers. They subscribe to Kruse Control. That's why it's fucking fantastic. They all become best friends, and all of a sudden they have a fucking orgy. I don't know why the chickens are pecking at people's penises. I don't know that's happening too, but they all subscribe to Kruse Control. And all of a sudden you watch out because of my sublimes and fucking a tiger, a beaver, a bear. Oh my, they're like, we're control. Rawr. They fucking love it so much. They all fucking, oh my God, they fucking control that. They get in there. They fucking make where the fucking, they're the top, you're the bottom. They all subscribe to Kruse Control. And then I don't know why that fucking happens and does. You gotta watch those fucking animals. And the day though, watch out, because they will subscribe. But they might fuck you. And that's fine, because we love them anyways. Have a great night, everybody. Take care of yourselves. Happy Friday. But until Monday, everybody, please, at the end of the day, I'll tell you this. Thank you every day, day in and day out. We love you. The numbers go up because of you. And honestly, I'll keep bringing better days ahead. I'm saying more. I will say this. I love you guys. Appreciate you guys. Have a good weekend. Take care of yourselves, and please hump the one you love. Until next time, see ya.
Yo, player, if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe and hit the bell to be notified when we are live. And if you are able to join our Patreon, please join. Because the Pep Star needs more